and thanks for taking the time to learn more about LegalShield. LegalShield is in the business of changing people's lives by educating, protecting, and serving our members. Our vision is simple. We strive to empower people by providing equal access to the liberty, equality, opportunity, and justice that every North American deserves and expects. And we help protect them against the growing threat of identity theft with comprehensive identity protection and restoration. A LegalShield membership gives you the ability to talk to a lawyer whenever you need one, to make better decisions, avoid conflicts, settle disputes, and know your rights in a given situation. And ID Shield provides even more peace of mind. These days, it's not a matter of if your identity will be stolen, but when. Our licensed private investigators will do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to restore your identity back to its pre-theft status.
Have you noticed that many of the wealthiest people keep a lawyer on retainer? They have the luxury of always having a professional available to answer questions, give advice, review contracts and documents, and advocate on their behalf. But what about the rest of us? How can we receive the legal advice, representation, and protection we need? At LegalShield, we are committed to leveling the playing field when it comes to legal services. Being involved with any kind of legal issue can be stressful and time-consuming for anyone, but not everyone can afford to hire a lawyer to help. LegalShield was created to change that.
There's going to be legal situations that come up in your life. And as a matter of fact, sometimes you don't even know that they're legal situations. But when you have an attorney in your pocket and all you got to do is tap the app in an emergency situation or life events happen to you and you need to contact an attorney, it's right there. It's that simple.
To respond to the information age that we're living in right now, you have got to have professional resources to help navigate these waters.
I think most people don't understand LegalShield because they think lawyers are only for bad things. So I'm not a criminal. But when you look at it, if you're breathing, again, you need it because you have constitutional rights. And one day you may want to find out what those rights are. And the only way to get it is to have access to all of them, which is a network of attorneys. So I think it's for everyone.
And so LegalShield, from the tap of an app on your phone, gives you that access to get advice, to make a good decision, to have a contract looked over before you signed it. We always say that attorneys are the ones who write contracts. But if you're going to sign that contract, it's not your attorney who drew it up. It's the party that you're going to sign it for. Wouldn't it be nice to have your attorney look it over before you sign it? Or how about if you get a speeding ticket? Wouldn't it be nice to take a picture on your phone, have that ticket linked to your law firm, have an attorney go to court for you, help keep the points off your license so your insurance doesn't go up? So I think from any age, whether you're 16 years old or you're 68 years old or 88 years old, you could always have used access to the legal system.
I feel like we're just a next generation service that it's finally coming into its own. You know, this is a 21st century service that people have got to have right now. And if they don't have it, they're just operating their lives without a compass.
You may be saying, I've never needed a lawyer before. Well, think about this. Have you ever signed a contract or document, received a traffic ticket, been treated unfairly or overcharged for a repair, had a dispute with an insurance company, lost a security deposit? If you're like most people, the answer is yes.
When you receive quality legal advice, you make better decisions because you know what your rights are. That's why having access to a law firm is so important. LegalShield provides professional legal advice for an unlimited number of matters. After a consultation, if your law firm thinks it will benefit you, they'll make a phone call or send a letter on your behalf. It's amazing how quickly people see your point of view when they hear it from a lawyer or read it on a law firm's letterhead. Add contract and document review for things like phone service agreements, apartment leases, and everything else you sign without reading, and this membership becomes invaluable. The monthly membership fee also includes preparation of one of the most important legal documents everyone should have, a will. Most people put off creating a last will and testament because they don't know where to start or because of the cost, which can reach into the thousands. As a LegalShield member, your law firm will prepare your will along with a living will and healthcare power of attorney. Your spouse or domestic partner can also have these important documents prepared. You can also update your wills annually, all as part of your membership. What if you find yourself facing a serious situation like a lawsuit, an IRS audit, or even something as serious as a DUI or vehicular manslaughter charge? If you're a LegalShield member, your law firm will be standing by and ready to help in your defense. While it's impossible to predict every potential legal situation, many are covered by the monthly membership fee. But what if you're already involved in a lawsuit, a divorce, or some other legal matter? Or what if your situation isn't otherwise covered by your membership? Don't worry. Pre-existing conditions and matters not otherwise covered by the membership still qualify for our preferred member discount, which is a 25% discount off the standard hourly rate of the provider attorney.
We all know using a lawyer is expensive. It's why most people never seek professional legal help, even when they really need it. After all, an average lawyer can cost $250 an hour or more. So, how much would you expect to pay on a monthly basis to have an entire law firm just a phone call away? With LegalShield, equal access to equal justice is available for less than $20 a month, $17.95 for an individual membership, and $19.95 for a family membership. And the enrollment fee is only $10. It's an incredible value. And the LegalShield app makes getting help even easier. Use the app to call your law firm, send a photo of a traffic ticket to your lawyer, start preparing your will, manage any account issues, and get help for a covered legal emergency any time of the year, 24/7.
So how do we provide affordable legal services to individuals, families, businesses, and their employees? It's the power of the sharing economy, specifically crowd sharing. Millions of LegalShield members pay a small monthly fee for access to a dedicated provider law firm in their state or province. This makes it possible for every member to have individual access to a qualified, experienced law firm whenever needed.
Well, it's hard to hire big law firms now. And I probably couldn't afford myself, to be candid with you. I mean, my hourly rate. But the truth is, if you're a LegalShield member, you become the biggest client of my law firm. I know that's hard to figure out in a way, but when you think about it, even though my law firm, our law firm represents big corporations, big banks, and big oil and gas companies, our single biggest client is LegalShield. So collectively, all those members together become the biggest client in any given law firm, in our law firm specifically. But it's the same way with all the provider firms. LegalShield becomes the biggest client in that law firm. So you treat each one of those individual members like they are your biggest client, because they are. It's that simple. And so economically it works for the law firm, and philosophically it works for the lawyer, that she finally gets to represent the very people that they went to law school to represent, the working men and women.
There is not a model out there today outside of LegalShield that would allow you to walk into a law firm and demand a phone call within 8 hours. You know, there's not that we cannot go into an attorney's office down the street and write them a check and say, I insist that you review my documents in 3 days. But because of the way that our model's built, we can deliver that service, and I think it's irreplaceable.
We're very proud of our business model and proprietary network of provider law firms, which create affordable access to the legal system and help so many across the United States and Canada. And for more than 15 years, we've used the same disruptive business model to combat one of the top consumer complaints in North America, identity theft. Every week, it seems, we hear of another major security breach. In fact, according to the Identity Theft Resource Center, there were 781 breaches in 2015 alone, compromising the identities of more than 160 million people. Perhaps you were one of them. But maybe your bank has assured you it's keeping an eye on things, or you signed up for one of those credit monitoring services advertised on television. Maybe you did a good job at regularly checking your credit report. Unfortunately, this isn't enough. The FTC has reported that nearly 85% of identity theft is not detectable through credit monitoring or a credit report. This is because it isn't just our bank accounts and credit card numbers at risk. Today, there is medical fraud, criminal or character fraud, driver's license fraud, tax return fraud, and the big one, Social Security fraud.
Once an ID thief has your personal information, there's very little he or she can't do, and the consequences can be devastating. To make matters even worse, you may not even know your identity has been compromised for weeks, months, or even years. It's more important than ever to take steps to protect every area of your life. LegalShield is the most comprehensive service on the market for protecting and restoring your identity. We monitor what matters. We help keep your private information private by monitoring your social security number, date of birth, address, driver's license and passport numbers, email addresses, phone numbers, medical ID numbers, and more. To keep your information secure, we monitor loans and other existing accounts, and we watch the places your information can be traded, like black market websites and peer-to-peer sharing networks. If we notice any suspicious activity or see anything you should be made aware of, we'll alert you through the LegalShield app, on your member site, mylegalshield.com, and via email. In the event that your information is ever compromised, our licensed private investigators will go to work. We'll notify every company and agency affected, and we'll see any disputes through until the very end, even when it means going all the way to the FTC, Social Security Administration, the DMV, or Office of the Inspector General. When we say we'll do whatever it takes to restore your identity, we mean it. And unlike our competitors, we're the only company to use licensed private investigators to restore your identity, and we back up our work with a $5 million service guarantee.
This is what sets LegalShield apart from other companies. We don't just tell you what needs to be done. Our experts work for you, and they are dedicated to making things right and restoring your identity to its pre-theft status. The LegalShield app makes it easy for you to contact your LegalShield advisor. View your credit report, see inquiry records, and keep track of your credit scores. And as an LegalShield member, you get unlimited non-emergency consultation and access to a 24/7 emergency hotline for covered situations, 365 days a year.
No other identity theft service does what LegalShield does at such an affordable price. Just $9.95 a month for an individual or $19.95 a month for your family with up to 8 dependents. Competitors charge $36 a month or more for just a family of 4. There's no better way to protect yourself and your family than with LegalShield and LegalShield. The combination of legal services and identity theft protection is just $27.90 for an individual plan and $39.90 for a family plan. By bundling these services, you'll be prepared for any challenges you may face. The value is exceptional, and the peace of mind is priceless.
LegalShield members enjoy the superb value and protection their membership provides, but they also enjoy taking advantage of our Member Perks program. When you sign up for a LegalShield and LegalShield plan, you're eligible for Member Perks. It's that easy. Once you register, you can start receiving premium discounts on things like movie tickets, apparel, travel, electronics, sporting events, dining out, even office supplies. With Member Perks, a family of 4 could save more than $2,000 a year with discounts alone, and even save enough to cover the cost of a LegalShield membership. Member Perks is just one more valuable benefit of being a LegalShield member. So, what are you waiting for? Talk to the person who told you about this video.
And start enjoying the benefits of being a member of LegalShield and LegalShield today.